How do you improve your weaknesses as an entrepreneur? Finally got back to my studio today. I have been traveling and finally back today. So, a lot of people say, well, how do I improve my weaknesses? Listen, before you can improve your weaknesses, you have to know what your weaknesses are first. Unfortunately, the problem is that most people don't even know what are their weaknesses, right? How do you even know what are your leaks in your business? What are your leaks in your personality? What are your leaks as a leader, as a manager, as an executive, as a parent? You don't, right? You see, in life, very few people are fortunate to have a friend, a teacher, a coach, or maybe a mentor that is willing to give them authentic advice and authentic feedback. You see, most people, they don't have that someone special, like a trusted advisor, like an authentic friend, a proven mentor, coach, teacher, who's willing to point out your weaknesses and actually tell you the truth. Most people, they don't have that special someone. And even if you have that special someone in your life, that special someone might not even want to give you the real answer. Why? Because that special someone is also afraid to break the relationship. That special someone might be thinking, if I tell this person they are witness, would they be offended? And if they're offended, wow, maybe we can no longer be friends. You see where I'm coming from? And if you don't have that special someone who's willing to point out your weaknesses, and also you are not someone who's self-aware of your own weaknesses, then how can you improve it? Think about that. How many people do you know? How many people do we know, at least from my perspective, being an entrepreneur for 27 years now, there are very few people that I have worked with and mentored that is actually self-aware and self-learn on themselves based on the experience, the mistake they made. I am one of the very few people, I can tell you, that can self-learn and be self-aware on a lot of things quickly. But most of the people that I work with, it takes a mentor, it takes a friend, it takes a teacher, it takes an advisor to point them out what to do, how to improve, what not to do, how to avoid the next mistake, right? So let's talk about now, how do you really improve your weaknesses as an entrepreneur, right? So the first thing, what I suggest you to do is to write down a list of people in your life that is closest to you. The keyword is closest to you. They know you. They know where you live at. They know your behaviors. They have been spending enough time with you to know who you are, what you do, your weaknesses, your strength. Most likely, it could be family members, friends, co-workers, mentors, teachers. So write down those people's names. And out of all those people's names you wrote down, I want you to identify the top 3 people on that list that you absolutely trust the most. When I say trust, I'm talking about trust, right? And if you have a car breakdown in the highway, that's the first person you'll be calling for help. If you have a wedding coming up, that would be the first person on the invitation list that you want to invite them to your wedding. You know what I'm talking about? Top 3. Now, once you have these 3 names, here's what I need you to do. All right? Call them up or meet them up and say, look, Johnny, I've known you for the last 15 years. You are someone that I trust. You are someone that I respect. We've been working together as a co-worker for many, many years, and ultimately you became one of my best friends, and I trust you a lot. So here's what I would need you to do for me. And I'm asking you for a favor. The favor is very simple, but very important. And Johnny will be looking at you and say, what is it, right? You want to borrow money from me or something like that? What do you need, right? You say, Johnny, here's the thing. I want you to not hold back in anything, but tell me, what do you believe and what do you know are my weaknesses? Yes, I said that, Johnny. I want you to tell me What are my weaknesses as a person, as a parent, as a friend, as a coworker? What would that be? And I don't want you to hold back. I want you to tell me authentically. Now, why do you want to do that? The reason why you want to do that is because now it's because you asking Johnny to give honest feedback. That released the pressure on Johnny, and now he's in a position to say, you know what? You want the honest truth? You asking for it, and I'm going to tell you the truth. That's what you want, because the first step on improving on any weaknesses is to have somebody that you trust as an outsider to tell you what are your real weaknesses are. So Johnny will be like, okay, you ready for it? You just too stingy. Every time when we go to dinner, you just stingy. You always want other people to pay for the bill. So, we kind of not like it. Johnny might say, you know what? You just don't keep your words. Every time that we set up a gathering at the last minute, you always cancel. Johnny could say to you that you're someone that's not accountable, right? Remember we're a co-worker, we're both in the same company, and every time when you set a sales target goal, you never hit it. You got my point, right? Johnny is going to tell you everything about you. Johnny is going to give you authentic answers on your weaknesses because you asked for it, and Johnny is going to give it to you without holding it back. And that's what you want, right? So if you have 3 of those people that you trust the most and give you their honest, no holdback feedback about your weaknesses, guess what? You're going to write down all your weaknesses, right? It could be 5 from one person. It could be 10 from another person. Hopefully less the better, right? If you have more, that means you really have a lot of weaknesses, and you have another 4 here. So I want you to look at those 3 friends, 3 people that gave you all their opinions and feedbacks on your weaknesses. And here's what you do. Out of 3 people, do they have any common, okay? Meaning same answers on your weaknesses. So if Johnny say that you are someone that does not keep your words all the time, and then David also said the same thing, then Tracy also said the same thing. Guess what? You can't avoid that. That's a real weakness on your part now, right? So here's the point. The point is that in order for you to improve your weaknesses, you have to have someone that you trust dearly to give you their honest, no holdback feedbacks on you as a person, on you as a parent, on what are some of the weaknesses they see from their own eyes. Okay? So that's the first step you need to do. All right? Now, the second thing is why do you want to improve? Why do you want to improve? Why do you want to improve your weaknesses, right? That's a big question. You want to improve your weaknesses. Let's say you don't ever keep your words. Why do you want to improve it? Why do you want to improve to a point that everything that comes out from your mouth, you keep your words? Well, if you want to lead a sales organization of 100 people, you have to learn how to keep your words. If you want to lead a sales organization of 1,000 people, you better keep your words not just 90% of the time, 100% of the time. So you want to make more money, right? Because the only way you can make more money is to have people trust in your words. So that could be the reason why you need to improve your witness on keeping your words. Why do you need to improve on, say, less stingy, right? I talk about the stingy could be one of your weakness. Well, there's nobody want to be around with a friend that's always stingy and expect everybody to pay for everything. And you're going to lose a lot of good people around you, and ultimately you're going to lose a lot of networks, a lot of good positive surrounding around you. I always believe in one thing. You are part of your environment, and you are part of a great environment if you want to be great. So if your friends, if your coworkers looking at you as a stingy person, and every time you're trying to take advantage of them, guess what? They don't want to be around you. And if they don't want to be around you, and those are good people in your life, guess what? You'll be attracting the bad one now. See, we are part of our environment. This universe is very, very, very interesting. you're going to attract who you are. A negative person will attract another negative person. A lazy person will attract another lazy person. A super ambitious person will attract another super ambitious person. A passionate individual will attract another passionate individual. You got me? So why do you want to improve your weaknesses? Write them down. Why? Why do you need to be a better parent? You know, why do you need to become a better leader? Why do you need to become a generous person? Write down those reasons. Now, the last step is what I call execution part. Now, all the great ideas, all the great thinkings, all the great analyzing, all the great write-downs mean absolutely nothing unless you commit to execute it and become better. And one of the things that I totally always believe in order for you to execute something and actually get it done, is to have someone you respect to hold you accountable, right? It could be your spouse, it could be one of your sales partner, it could be somebody that you look up to, somebody that you totally trust. You got to have someone to hold you accountable, and you got to let them know what you want to change. They say, can you hold me accountable so I can change, right? See, not everyone is willing to hold somebody accountable, right? And if you find someone in your life, in your business, in your personal life, that is right here, and you trust them, you look up to them, and if they are willing to hold you accountable, you better stick around with that person, because not many people is willing, who's at the higher level, who at the highest level is willing to hold somebody at the lower level or lowest level to be accountable, right? So I hope today's message, today's video gave you specific steps, what to do to improve your weaknesses as an entrepreneur, your weaknesses as anything. It doesn't even have to be an entrepreneur, right? All right, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed my weekly content. Hey, click the link below, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Always love your comments. Post a comment below. I always read every single comment, maybe not on a daily basis, but I always read it, and I appreciate your support. I appreciate your feedback. And guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. JW here. Take care. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.